I used to be obsessed with making motivational videos. I remember it was probably 7 or 8 years ago I came across this video on YouTube called Rise and Shine. I'll link it in the description of this video if you want to go watch it, because I still think it's an amazing video. But that video was super motivational to me, and it really made me want to go make something similar. I wanted to make the video that people would watch over and over again to help them get out and get on a run or get out and do something new and exciting. I look back on some of those old videos where I was trying to make those motivational videos, and they're super cringy. But that video that I watched, the Rise and Shine video, that was a huge reason why I started this channel, was to try and provide the motivation to people so that they could experience the same kind of happiness that I experience out here running on the trails. But the more people that reached out to me for help to get started in running, the more I realized that I was only capturing half of the picture. Because I would give someone customized running plans, like 3 months of what to do every day. Not that I was having them run every day, at least at the beginning, but I was giving them custom running plans for up to 3 months. And most of them didn't make it. Most of these people that reached out to me for help starting to run didn't even make it past the first month. And I think there's only been, 1 or 2 that made it past 3 months into like a solid, long-lasting habit. So what's the difference between having that motivation to start and the discipline to continue to push that into a habit that lasts forever, or at least for a really long time? And so that's what I want to talk about today, is the difference between motivation and discipline, and how we can move from motivation to discipline and make meaningful, long-lasting change in our life. I think we've all been in that scenario where we want to make a change, we take the first couple of steps and then give up. And we've all had that, that initial fire that motivation brings, that burns very hot and strong, and then it just kind of fades. And I don't want to say that that fire, that motivation is wrong or weak or useless, because I really think it serves a purpose. I think that without motivation, we wouldn't take those first steps, because we need that hot fire to burn strong for us to, make a change. But there's a difference between discipline and motivation. And in order for us to make those meaningful changes and make those changes last, we have to move from motivation into discipline. It's no secret that I'm not an expert, but I do have some experience in this. I'm a person that has become a very dedicated runner. And, for all of my other faults and shortcomings, I do go on a run 6 days a week. And I can't remember the last day I missed a day that wasn't a rest day. So, for what it's worth, I have successfully taken my motivation to run and made it into a discipline. And so here are the 3 things that I've done personally that have made a difference in moving from motivation into discipline in terms of running. And I think these are applicable across, other things, not just running. First tip, be kind to yourself. Expect setbacks and relapses. You're not going to be able to, most likely, you're not going to be able to do this on your first try. So when you miss a day on your running, or if you're trying to stop eating donuts every day, if you go eat a donut, don't go buy a dozen and eat 12 more. And if you miss a day running, don't just throw in the towel. Like, this is something that will take time, and setbacks and missteps are going to be expected. And so for me and for some of my friends and family, the people that have made long-lasting change, they've been able to make mistakes, experience setbacks, and that hasn't caused them to completely give up. So be kind to yourself. You're not going to be perfect right out of the gate. Expect mistakes, learn from the mistakes, but continue on, move on. So the second tip that I have is to stay mindful of your why, your reason why you're changing. I think one of the biggest differences between motivation and discipline, as I've kind of already covered, is that the reasons behind motivation can often come from external sources. So like, I want to lose weight for my wife, or I want to stop a certain habit so that someone will like me. External sources can be the reason why you have motivation. And in my experience, discipline comes from inside. So if you want to lose weight, if you want to stop a habit, if you want to start a new habit, if you want to, achieve something, if that reason comes from inside, then you're going to have a much better chance at making this long lasting. Because when it comes to making a long lasting change, external sources aren't going to be the ones that are there with you all the time. So when you have the chance to slack or to skip a day or to cheat, you have to have that discipline inside yourself. You can't rely on someone else. And my last tip would be to make it a ritual. Consistency is key in making long-lasting change. And that sounds, obvious. But I mean what I said when I said make it a ritual. I wanted to use a word stronger than routine. You need to make it more than just part of what you do to wake up in the morning. It has to be a part of your life, a part of who you are. And that's what a ritual is to me. And that's what running's become for me, it's a ritual. It's not a question of whether or not I will run tomorrow. It's a question of when and how far. And so that's what I mean by making it a ritual. It is no longer an option. It just is. It's like, I don't choose to breathe, I just breathe. And it's the same thing with running. Like it's just second nature. It's not a question anymore. I actually have one of the videos I'm most proud of is about how I made running a ritual in my life. And I'll link it somewhere on the screen. It'll pop up, I think. But anyways, those are my 3 tips. If you found those interesting or worth talking about, let me know in the comments. I hope you share this video or at least these thoughts with someone and have a conversation with them. If you like this video, hit the like button. And as always, if this is interesting stuff, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.